Hello.
Yeah.
Last night at dinner, I was telling some friends who were staying with here what I would ask if I got up here. And my wife overhears the conversation, and she says, and I'm like, it would be so joyous to be up here and asking these questions. And she said, you're not going to go up there. There's people that have been pre-paving this and doing the work of getting up here, imagining this in their head. And I'm like, and as soon as she said it, we made eye contact, and she knew that she was saying that work was going to trump joy, and we both knew I was going to be up here. So I did it. I did it again. I manifested something good. So anyway.
That was powerful pre-paving. When you pre-pave in alignment with who you are, look how fast it comes about.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is going to be the finale, but regardless.
Likely.
So I just want to say a prayer, like, let me ask questions that touch everyone in this room.
Yeah.
That creates a jumping off point, so the next time you're in Asheville, instead of saying, you silly humans, you're still not getting it, let
we
us
would
all
never
say,
say that.
oh my gosh, what a great jumping off point. You guys have really come a long way. You're finally getting this.
What we want to say is, you will never stop being at a jumping off place, and that's the way you like it.
All right, okay.
We're never going to be to the final place. We want to hear your questions. You give us a question, we'll give you an answer. Let's see how many questions and answers we can do in 11 minutes.
Cool, let's do it. Okay, so it was once described to me that along this path, we are not doing, we're just living like normal humans, and then we learn about the law of attraction. And as we learn about the law of attraction, and
we would say instead of that during all of that time that you're living life, you're learning about law of attraction. And so your life experience is teaching you about it. And then when someone points it out in a very concise way, you feel the resonance of what you've already taught yourself. And then you go through a portal where things shift. It's like moving into the next vehicle. Yeah.
get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we get really good at it, and our belief in the law of attraction turns into knowing.
And how do you feel while that's happening? How do you feel as you're getting really good at it?
Good.
Yeah, you feel good. Are you basing it on how you feel or the results you're getting, or both?
Both.
Excellent. What now?
Okay, so we are learning this, and we're getting good at it. We see that the totality of everybody and everything, and how it's feeding in, and how we're kind of, it creates that oneness feeling.
And thank you everyone for all of it. You want to
Yes.
feel, you feel. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So, but it was described to me one time that once you get really good at that and your ego dissolves, and
Oh, your ego doesn't dissolve because your ego is how you focus.
Okay.
But that negative ego that is in competition ceases to exist, while your super ego, which we would call your inner being, is dominant. Super sense of self. Call it anything you want. Ego is a pretty good word.
Okay.
Ego has negative connotations because most people approach life from a sort of combative point of view, yes? We interrupted you, but we just want to make that clarification. So where were you going?
Okay, so where I'm going is we're asking and we're receiving and we're listening to this inner voice, and it was described to me that at some point you'll stop asking for yourself and you'll start asking, how can I serve God? And that's never really sat well with me, because I feel like this asking, like, why would Abraham teach me to listen to myself all the time, and then all of a sudden I get really good at it, and now I have to listen to this God thing that's outside of me? Isn't that God thing the thing that's been talking to me the whole time? So there's never ever a sense that I have to do the work for God. As long as I'm listening, then I'm doing that,
And
right?
in the moment you try to do that, you separate yourself from the very thing you've been trying to find all along. That's why we've been teasing you a little bit, saying that humans have servicitis, servituditis. And by that, what we mean is you sort of are missing the point. You are God. You are.
I love it.
You are.
I love it. Cool.
And someone who was a very good ambassador from your point of view of God, which is Jesus, understood that if you sat before him dripping your illness, he didn't see your illness. Instead, he knew your wellness. He saw you in your God form, not in your human form where you were slightly disconnected from it. And so when you're tuned into that, that is when you do your greatest service. We're not trying to talk you out of service. It feels wonderful to be of value to others. We just want you to plug your vacuum in before you try to vacuum the floor. If you're not plugged in to the source energy, then you have nothing to give. So you can't serve without knowing who you are.
Amen. Awesome.